Good afternoon and welcome everybody. It's an odd Thursday stream, but it's a stream, so I feel like people won't complain. If you do, I have questions. Gonna kind of spin out the legs for a little bit right now. Nothing too crazy. Kind of get them back up to speed. How you doing, though, Wacky? This is 3 out of 4 days I'll have ridden, which is rare for me. But trying to do what I can to get the load in. And if I can't ride long, I'll have to ride often. I have a feeling that emote's just gonna stay. It's adorable. What's up next? Bye. Little punk. Got like 45 minutes till the race, I think. Is it? Yeah, 44 minutes. So. Oh, that sucks. That's never fun. Hi, Nix. What are you doing, buddy? You waiting for somebody to give you a walk? He's standing on the treadmill like, turn it on. See him right there. Hey. Right there. Yes, buddy? What's up, Nix? He's yelling at me now because I'm calling him out. Are you gonna cat loaf on the treadmill now? What's up, Nix? He's such a baby. You can't walk on that without supervision. You know that. Never did I think we'd have a cat that legitimately wants to go for a walk. Weird cat. Don't burn, Nix. That's rude. He's gonna go hide behind the UCI banner again. For some reason, that's his new favorite spot. I think it's definitely going to be a very slow ease in. Touche, touche. He's extra crispy. Oh, Nick, buddy, you are a menace. He has so much energy. We've actually gotten him stuff to try to help with his energy, and he still has more somehow. I don't understand. He is an anomaly. I've never met a cat with so much energy. kind of insane. Like, I know cats have, you know, really good energy, especially when they're younger. But still, he is so mischievous. He has so many bad habits. And if he's a cat, you can't really do much about it. It's not like a dog where you can train. Cats don't listen. Cats don't care. You can't easily train a cat. Especially not a cat that doesn't want to be trained. Yes. Very much so. With Paws, we had a prima donna. Casper is just a loaf. And very much his own cat. He determines when and how things happen. And then Nick's just... I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a very lovey boy. He loves humans. But my god, he has too much energy. Because we've raised kittens before. We got Paws as a kitten. So, we've raised kittens before. But, even at a little over a year old, he still has the energy of a kitten. Nix? Can you not? Nix? He's literally going around trying to find things that he can swipe off the tables. He saw something, thought it was something he could move, and realized it was a screw screwed into the table. Why are you such a menace? He just goes around, and he is the stereotypical cat that is just like, he's gonna get on the table and just swipe everything off the table. Just cuz. Yeah, you Nix. Don't look away. You know what you've done. Yeah. He's definitely more destructive than Casper, for sure. But I don't want to rename it, because that's not fair to Casper. Casper earned that. Nix will eventually have to get something. Now he's eating something, and I don't want to ask. Always getting into things. If it's not one thing, it's another. Next, buddy. You good? Little punk butt. We're just gonna chill here until I can hop into the pens for the race. So that's why I'm just kind of not really doing much. Just because just kind of biding my time, waiting, watching Nix be a menace. I think that has late joined, and if not, it's fine. Not that I really need to worry about the pens. There's only like 5 people signed up, but it's habit. It's also like my timing. It tells me what time things is. Yes, things are. Realized I'm falling behind Bernie here. Oops. Should at least be maintaining with the base partner that I started with. Oops. This will be very interesting because I did race on Tuesday. So. And it was a very hard race. I actually got an FTP up, so. We'll see how the body responds today. And unfortunately, Well, my whoop is being a butt. It isn't connecting, so... I wonder if I have the new bug from the new MG devices where it doesn't pair, which will be a problem eventually. Yeah, I see that. Because if I want to do any heart rate mandated events, I have to have a heart rate monitor. So, technically I could probably get my my Element, my rival watch. Captions broke. Did it, or is it just not listening to me? Oh, it's just not listening to me. I just wasn't talking loud enough. I was just kind of muttering to myself. Yeah, it's the tough thing where I'm at the will of whatever happens with the captions. There's... Ever since we lost web capture, nothing's been as good. It's unfortunate that we've gone backwards, but it is what it is. I do what I can. I always appreciate the heads up, though, whenever something's not functioning and I can fix it, but unfortunately, I cannot fix that. That is just the captions program being the captions program. But yeah, what I might be able to try to do is I might be able to get the watch up and running, broadcasting, and see if it doesn't compete, seeing as there's no signal coming from the Whoop. Normally, it just always had an issue because the Whoop was kind of cross-broadcasting against it. So, it didn't like having both signals. I was giving out my heart rate on both wrists. Granted, the Whoop watch is just always... Not Whoop, Wahoo watch. Is just never as accurate. But it's not designed for what I need for a true heart rate strap, so... It is what it is. So let's go ahead and... remember how to do this. Now it's broadcasting. I just don't think this has the same refresh rate as the Whoop does, but I could be wrong. I also never actually set it to tracking an activity, I just have it passively tracking, so I'm probably not helping. Definitely a piece of it. Alright. Now we just wait a minute or two. Well, a little bit more than that. And then I'll hop into the pens. Let's see if I can pair. There we go. Okay. At least I will have something. Because I'm always worried that, like, Swift Power will DQ me if I don't have any heart rate. Come on now. Use these things. There we go. The other thing is I don't like, when I have the watch broadcasting, I have to have it tighter so that it gets the heart rate accurate. And I'm just not a fan of that. Because then it just gets all sweaty. It's nasty. It's not what I typically use for my heart rate, so. Alright. Almost time to hop in the fence, just to secure our spot. Cool. Feather on an almost entirely flat course. Read the rooms, Swift. Come on now. Useful power-ups. Useful power-ups. I might refresh captions once I hop into the fence, too. That way, I'll give it a shot and see if it fixes it. 300 kilometers until next upgrade. Ooh. So enticing. Why are you telling me again? You just told me. You really trying to drive home? Just burn this because it's useless to me. Pens might even open before the featherweight finishes. We'll see. Yep. It did. Alright. Go ahead and refresh captions.
Hello there.
Hey, Vidar, how's it going? Alright. Let's go ahead. Good. Glad to hear it. The sad thing is the wheels that I unlocked the other day are basically useless. Unfortunately, they're basically novelty wheels. They're pretty, but they're not useful. They won't be any better than the disc wheel that you got through like the big spin, which are pure novelty and are actually like just kind of crap wheels. So, unfortunately, they're purely use them in only gimmicky novelty times. Which, unfortunately, that's how most of the disc wheels are that you don't have to buy. Most of the disc wheels you get from events are gimmicky, which is kind of sad. But it's because they're not paid for by a company. My guess, performance also comes from how much a company is willing to pay. It's my speculation. Do I know it? No. Pure speculation. Leader's getting dropped. I'm very happy with it. I appreciate it. Had I warmed up, could I have stayed with the first group? Maybe. But that race was like 350 to 520 for race score, and my ZRS was 358. So, for me to place like I did, it's already pretty impressive. So, I'm not upset. Today's race should be more in my vicinity. I think it's like, is it 250 to 370 or something? So I'm right near the top. Ha! I'll take that, Wacky. I'll pretend I did things. So we'll ride this until it's time to hop in the pens again. I am back on the other disc wheels. He's waiting for you to turn on the treadmill. He sat here and muted me. Oh, Penguin, here you go. Here's the flag. Let me see. Come up here. Where are you with that flag? Oh, he's there. They're ahead of me. I need to get ahead of them. 1 second. Because it'll show up at the bottom. There it is. Come back. It's Senna. Where is it? Come back here. No, you need to go ahead of me, because you're blocking. Dang it. Y'all making this difficult. There it is. See it? That's just an emoji. It's so bad. Like, I was just like, no, there's no way they just have a sun emoji. But it literally is. 433. Yes. Huh. Yeah, that's the tough thing with ZRS, is people can very much be very out of place. Did you do Scotland crit in the Z Racing? The 6 laps, which is insane. 6 laps is so much. So yeah, the flag that Senna has is the flag we were chatting about the other day. Where I'm like, is there a flag that has a smiley face in it? And no, not really. Swift just really has a cartoonish flag for Uruguay and was it Argentina? It's kind of seems a little wrong. Yeah, 1 to 2 laps. Yeah, 4 seems good for Scotland. 5 is starting to stretch it, and 6 is just death. So we'll see what today brings. I'm definitely not feeling as good as I did on Tuesday. It very much could change. But it's also the direction that I'm not a huge fan of. If you watched the video, or you've watched me race Downtown Dolphin, you know that I'm kind of a fan of how steering helps. Steering, there's a couple of courses that steering makes a difference on. Downtown Dolphin is absolutely one of them. Steering is almost unfair on that course. But, I mean, if I have it, I'm going to use it, so. But I did see, when I was like 100 meters from the line and I saw the person in like that light pinkish salmon color numbers, and I'm like, uh-oh. There is not a chance in hell I have those kind of numbers left in me. Not after that race. And obviously I didn't have a mic on, so I was pretty happy with it considering how toasted I was. I was definitely not upset with that. The thing that probably didn't help is the chase back I had to do with like 2-ish, 3-ish laps to go, I think. I think it was like on 6 or 7. But one person went, got like 5 seconds on us. Another person went, and then a third person started to go, and I'm like, I can't. Yeah, I was shocked that people weren't going earlier. I was very, very shocked. I fully expected people to go earlier than they did, so. It probably would have helped me if they had gone a little bit earlier, because I would have had more draft. But I wasn't going to sit around much more because the element of surprise on that little last corner is critical. The issue with what we're doing tonight, or this afternoon, bell lap. Yeah, I think it was 250. Because normally I'm prepared to follow at 300. I typically won't full open at 300. 250 is where I'm going to start to go if other people don't. If I feel I have it. Like as in, I have energy, not I have the wind. But bell lap is definitely different. Because a lot of times I'm used to people taking it up from like 700 meters to go. And steering helps. But the issue with the left-right, you have to pick which steering you're going to do. Because it's a left corner and then a right corner. Usually I'll try to go for the last corner as my turning corner, but you also have to line it up while you're sprinting. So, there's been occasions that I've waited until 200 or 175, but it's very rare. It's very rare. I don't usually feel comfortable leaving it that late. But sometimes everybody's so tired that they're just waiting for somebody to light it up, and if nobody goes by that point, even if somebody has a lot of power, by that point it's usually too late. So, if you start the sprint, usually you will win, if it gets that long. But then you're in the gambling match of if you wait it that long and somebody else takes it up, you've given it away. So I will say I did think I had it until I looked over the power numbers and I'm like, oh crap. That's not good. Those are dangerous numbers. I can't pop 11 plus watts of kilo after a race where I got a new FTP in. That's not in my arsenal. My guess is that person, fresh, has like 15 watts a kilo for a sprint, which I can't touch. But regardless, I'm happy with the result. I mean, I was way out of my depth, especially with it being mixed fields. Yeah. That definitely can work. But it's also a gamble because it might put you in front, and then you're leading people out. It's easier to do indoors. It's much harder to do successfully outdoors. Because 9 times out of 10, you're just going to end up on the front. Man, my legs are not opening up. That's not good. I had a feeling this was going to be, a race too far, where I'm really starting to push my body. But we'll see. That's kind of the goal, though, is I am trying to push my body to failure in a sense. Because that's what I need right now to start prepping for the triple. I really need to keep pushing. The FTP boost on Tuesday was a nice bump, but I need more than just power. I need endurance and repeatability. Not that the triple is a race, but I have no idea what's happening in this group chat. But that's why I'm also not kind of upset that we're kind of taking it easy here. Because I'll be honest, this doesn't feel amazing. I'm just hoping that this kind of spins my legs back in. I mean, you can see the fact that my W belt actually went down 0.1 and my graph is not even visible on the screen. So, not great signs. But that's the good thing about this race being much lower category. Like the top end of this race was the low end of the last race, so that should help. But as we know, there's plenty of people that just haven't raced recently or so many different things. So, you never know. Very much could have, a wild card in this group that just is much stronger than I could ever hope to be. Oh, Beacon's back. I'm also just hoping my, I like Downtown Dolphin better. I like the brick climb. I don't like the whoops. They don't fit my style. They're too inconsistent. It's very hard to do correctly. I like the, 10, 15-second power that you put down to, you know, do the bricks. And I feel like you get more recovery on Downtown Dolphin. I feel like you get less on Bell Lap. Which is why today will be a little bit less towards me. Because, yeah, the grouping is lower, but I don't like this direction. It bugs me. But I can't be picky. It is what it is. Probably one of the smallest groups I've seen for this. Which is unfortunate for them, because this is a pretty good group usually. Obviously, the group has split. They don't have the fence on, but it is what it is. They keep a good group around the beacon. I wish it was on, well, yeah, I wish it was on an hour earlier. I could have done that. I can't do 3:15, but I can do like 3:30. I know JD is doing the category up for me, which if I hadn't raced Tuesday, maybe I would have joined him, but having a race in my legs from Tuesday, that was very difficult. I don't, physically and mentally, I don't want to do that again. I don't need to be battered and bruised consistently. The weird thing is my racing score didn't change from Tuesday. I don't understand how that works. I mean, you're like 5 points ahead of me, so. I'm not going to do tiny races anytime soon either, so. So I've got to start doing channel the inner pocket shot. I only wish I was even 1% as good as he was. But how are you doing? I am no Pogi. He's probably lighter than me and puts out like 3 times the amount of watts that I do. And that might actually be doing him a disservice, if I'm honest. Yeah, and I don't know why my ZRS didn't change, Vidar. Because in all honesty, I should have gotten a couple of points. Not that I wanted them, but it should have gone up. We will see the greats in action again soon. I think the Dauphine starts this weekend, which means Rhino is soon. I'm kind of split over which one I prefer. The Dauphine is usually like the big pick. So, Rhino can sometimes have the bigger surprises. Maybe this will shake my legs out and get them to respond. They just feel very muted. Like they just are not. They're not ready for pace changes. Which is interesting because I do have a green recovery. Not that that always means everything. Because green recovery is just overall factors, not specifically your legs. Almost time to hop the fence. I guess they did say they were going to go 29 to 32 kilometers an hour, so I guess climbs anyways. Climbs got to stay that pace. I'm assuming it's just an average. It's going to be brutal for some people. That's not too bad of a pace for me, but that's going to be brutal for some people. Especially when the pace is more or less cat-y on the listing. Why is the red beacon ahead of the yellow? What are you doing? Of course, now I get a feather. After the aqueduct is over. Thanks. Appreciate it, Zwift. It's wonderful. do feel like my shifting is a little off in the back. I'm not going to fix it right now, but it definitely feels like a little off. But not a stress point. It'll work. It's just probably needs to be dialed in a little bit. Like, if you have electronic shifting, you can literally push a button and then like dial it in by like eighths of a shift almost. And I feel it's off by like, it's so minimal, but it's just audible enough that I can tell it's not perfect. And it's enough to bug me. Because I can. We're right on the midline. We're top D, bottom C, is what it feels like. But I've thrown away lettering, because it's. I mean, I raced against a B yesterday or on Tuesday and won. So the categories are really screwy. I think the one that I'm racing is going to be what should be D, and what I did on Tuesday was C. I think the 270 to 3 something is D, and the like 350 to 520 is C. Then the next one after that, the 520 to like 6 something is B, and then advanced is A. I think. But it's also screwy that, I don't know. It's really difficult to know what the heck's happening with them anymore. Gotcha. Yeah, I think like B would be mid 500, I think. I want the ride leader to get up here so I don't... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's partially because they don't take into account the difference of, like, types of rider. The rider phenotypes. Because, like, that's why I was able to beat a B on Tuesday. Is because I sprint better than I climb. I'd lose against Cat D and I climb. Why am I in the wall? So that's the other thing to think about. Is it's really difficult to categorize. That's one of the major issues with how the categorization system is it really, like, trying to categorize things without taking into account the rider type will always be slightly flawed. Because me, as more of a sprinter puncher, I can race against higher categories, put me against climbers on a climbing race, and I will lose against most people. So there's no good answer. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. We have 6.5 minutes, and then we'll see what happens. There's 7 people, so it's better than I expected. Oh, we got 9 people. No, I'm good if this is just a nice easy race. I'm fine with tactical today. I don't need new power vest. If you didn't see the race before that one, I think I got a new power vest, so, or a new 5 minutes. So I don't need to get new power vest. I'm good for a little bit. Reminder, if you want to listen to the stuff that I'm listening to, because I'm not listening to the same thing as stream, it is on my YouTube. Playlist of like 250 songs or something that I always have shuffled. More people than I expected. So reminder, right now we're just focusing on load. I just want to get as much into my legs as possible. So I'd like to do well, but it is what it is. We'll take whatever we can get. I don't know why this side of my hair always flies away more than my left side. Oh yeah, I should probably reset my music because it has a habit of hating racing. And that's the point when I can't do anything about it and it bugs me. Huh. 2 minutes. Be right back in 1 second. I'm back. $11 people? Better. Not what we had on Tuesday, so I think we had 12. Just for my category alone, obviously not the mixed category. Can we get 12? I mean, hey, let's go for 15 if we're, asking. My eyes are not cooperating today. For some reason, my eyes are, like, watery. It's very annoying. Alright. More of the same except backwards. So, not really the same. 9 laps of Bell Lap, so opposite direction to Downtown Dolphin. Against a similar field size, of my category at least. But no mixed racing. And lower scores, which I'm kind of okay with. Thanks, Vidar. We'll see what happens. And let's go. See what people do. How are we racing it today, guys? Alan's starting us off spicy. It's a penguin. And all of the pace is gone. My watch is not giving a great heart rate reading. It's always good. I'm content with this for now. This will let my legs get warmed up at speed. Is Alan gonna push on this section again? Yeah, I'm concerned. Hit! Wow, okay. Alrighty. That's fine. Means pressure's off me. What is everybody else classified as if they're beating me? Or it's just pure watts per kilo that people are beating me on. That's weird. Who knows? Looks like this might just be a cagey race. Interesting. So if they go, watch them. Got it. I think that's the person in the Rhino kit. That tracks with what I've seen. Weird. Just must be skilled. This isn't easy per se. It's just very weird. Had I not raced Tuesday, I might be inclined to make this race interesting, but my legs still feel pretty lightweight. So it's a pretty even field. There goes somebody. Is anybody going to follow? Caleb's going to push. I'm going to see what people's reactions are first. Ideally, they do the work. This is where I'm going to test them. Does anybody push? Yeah, no, nothing at all. Anybody gonna do anything? Well, we have somebody up the road now. Hoping they chase. I think the race is up the road right now. It's gonna be trouble trying to close it myself. Debating if I let him see if he tires out or if I try to go across. People are starting to put some effort in at the front now. They're not consistent. The person I thought was going to go. Yeah. I just don't know if I have the consistent power to go across. I truly thought people were going to chase. I'm kind of shocked. I'm sure he is too. Yeah, I'm debating it. Alan Mooney. The person that started off really strong. Because Starkey's still in here. They're going to put in some power. There we go. Oh, interesting. So don't worry about them. I should put some pressure in. It's in my best interest if we catch him. And there's 11 in here. Three more times up that. Yeah, I don't have the power to close today. I'm just gonna stay here and hope. Sucks, but it's what I can feel. Lost another one. There is a chance that we speed up heavily in the last 2 laps. And that results in him coming back. Oh, interesting. Okay. So our supposed winner dropped. Curious. Oh, that sucks. Don't let Caleb roll off the front. Yeah, no kidding.